विजय कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत है। अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड थिंग्स शुड रीच द मासेस, और उसी दिशा में एक कदम माना गया जब आपने इस साल मई में किंगफिशर एयरलाइंस को लॉन्च किया। तो आपको लगता है कि आम इंसान जो इस समय कार्यक्रम देख रहा है और उसका सपना है हवाई यात्रा करने का, उस सपने को कहीं ना कहीं सच साकार करने में किंगफिशर एयरलाइंस सहायक है?
Kingfisher Airlines is a value carrier. You have the full service airlines that have been around for many years, who've charged what they wanted to charge, offering a certain level of service. You then have the low-cost carriers who want to convert the rail passenger to an air passenger. But we tend to forget the fact that India's economy, the growth in the Indian economy, is also driven by this middle class, this growing middle class with higher per capita income, with a greater spending propensity, lesser savings than in the past. I mean, these are aspirational people who want a better lifestyle. Kingfisher Airlines caters to this growing middle class of Indians by giving full service at true value. So we are actually giving as good or better facilities and service than the traditional full service carriers, but at a much reduced cost.
Tell us, what are the services? If I, as a passenger, would board a traditional carrier, or I board a Kingfisher or any other value carriers, what's the difference in facilities that I'll get?
Well, there are two ends of the spectrum. The full service carriers offer you the kind of service, they offer you two classes to begin with, a business class and economy class. The business class is clearly for the elite. The economy class is traditionally pretty cramped space and doesn't give attentive enough service. The low-cost carrier doesn't give anything on board in terms of food or amenities. You actually have to buy a snack or a sandwich. Where Kingfisher is positioned is in the middle as a value carrier. We are full service. We serve hot gourmet food. All our seats are equipped with an in-flight entertainment system for the very first time in India, offering 6 channels of video and 10 channels of audio music. When our guests board our aircraft, we give them a welcome pouch which has free headsets, has a pen and other little goodies which they can use.
So free meals, free goodies, free entertainment systems, and a very cheaper rate, competitive rate as well. So given all this, would Mr. Vijay Mallya still make money?
Well, let me assure you that I will make sure that I return a great amount on the investment made by the UB group. The issue is, how have we kept our costs low? How are we able to offer full service at true value? We've employed technology, made extensive use of technology, new generation technology, which has helped us reduce costs.
जो ट्रेडिशनल एयरलाइंस हैं उनका ये कहना है कि उन्होंने भी काफ़ी मेहनत करी, उसके बाद जाकर एक मकाम हासिल किया कि हाँ ये एयरलाइन एविएशन सेक्टर में रिलायबल हैं। अब हुआ क्या कि मौजूदा दौर में, क्योंकि एविएशन सेक्टर में कई नई एयरलाइंस आई, किंगफिशर हो, स्पाइस जेट हो और कई आ रही हैं, और पोचिंग होने लगी, तो पायलट्स हों, कॉकपिट पर्सनल हो या कैबिन क्रू हो, उन्हें भी लिया गया। तो आपने भी ये कहा कि पोचिंग इज नॉट सिन, तो यू फील दैट एवरीथिंग इज ओके इन दिस कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड?
Let's take the case of India. Let's take the case of India's commitment to the WTO. We came from a situation 20 years ago when the entire Indian economy and Indian industry per se was protected by tariffs, import tariffs. Today those duties are coming down, the tariff barriers are being dismantled. So Indian industry is being encouraged to compete worldwide. In the same vein, the traditional carriers have to cope with new generation competition like Kingfisher Airlines.
Poaching the pilots, poaching the cabin crew from established airlines is okay?
Well, in a free market environment, everything's okay. As a member of parliament myself, I have given an assurance that I will not poach from Indian Airlines or Air India, because I realize that I do not want to in any way inconvenience our national carriers. I know what kind of service they do to our country.
So would your group be investing some portion, say, on infrastructure? Say, for example, people say a lot of airlines are coming, but the infrastructure at airports is still very pathetic. So probably some investments there, some investments in training the cabin crew, in getting more pilots, so that this issue is resolved once for all.
We are certainly going to establish a comprehensive training facility with a simulator, with a cabin crew training facility, with an engineering training facility. We're actually thinking of creating a Kingfisher University for civil aviation. That's predominantly to train our own staff, but also to offer the services to others who may want to use them. But we are not going to be involved in airport infrastructure. We'd like to just stick to airlines. But I have every confidence that the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Minister, Mr. Praful Patel, means what he says. I think I see a lot of progress being made in terms of significantly improving infrastructure, contrary to popular belief.
Right, and as the skies open up, the popular belief is that if anybody's salary is touching the skies, it's pilots, it's cabin crews. Now, owners like you who are managers, they were known to to be very cautious while paying money. In fact, many were alleged to exploit people at work. So why would you give somebody rocking high salaries? Is that at the cost of the consumer's money?
Well, you can't say that Kingfisher is offering full service at low fares, because the low fares means that the consumer is benefiting by those lower fares. But on the other hand, Kingfisher also has to pay high salaries to pilots, for example. So
value addition is only for the personnel, or value addition in this aviation sector is for a common man?
The value addition is a combination of many factors. Somebody who's skilled has a free market. In a free market, you establish your own value, and you need to be paid what you're worth. That's a free market environment. We invested in brand new planes. We didn't go for 10 or 12-year-old leased planes. That costs us more, but it costs us less to operate, so we can pass on that benefit to the consumer. So it's a combination of various factors, if you look at it, that ultimately leads to consumer benefit. But as the only airline, Kingfisher Airlines, the only airline promoted by a large industrial group such as UB, we understand the consumer. In our beverage alcohol business, we are addressing the same target audience, the same consumer. We've understood his needs, his wants, his aspirations.
Has the government understood the needs and wants? Are you happy with the way government is taking the aviation sector, the taxation policies, and the recent FDI raise from 40 to 49%? Do you think all these will help the aviation sector to grow?
Well, let's put it this way. I have not agreed with the government's current policy of there being a 5-year ban on international flying. If other carriers from other parts of the world can start up and then fly to India almost within 1 month and pick up Indian passengers and go back, I question why an Indian carrier that's safe to fly and qualified to fly from Delhi to Chennai can't go from Chennai to Colombo. But that apart, I think competition is good. Competition always benefits the consumer.